Well, good morning. It is Thursday, day 4 of being home, being taught by mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, while our teachers are trying to come up with lessons. And, well, here we go. Today, we're going to do something kind of fun. Let's see, what do we got? There. I got my coffee. That's important. But I am going to throw together a speed bot. Now, if you weren't here yesterday and you missed it or you don't have one assembled, by all means, stop the video. It's okay. You can come back here and look at yesterday's. That was November 18th. I always tell folks that I can put one of these together in about 5 minutes. I don't know if I can actually do that because it's been a long time since I've actually tried to do it, timing myself, but we're going to find out. So anyway, this is a speed bot, Vex IQ. It can be found on vexrobotics.com. You can build it with the standard set of Vex parts for the Vex IQ Super Kit. So right now the part that I am actually assembling is the right and the left wheel assemblies. It's a pretty clever little bot. I do like it a lot. Just because how quick and easy the whole thing can go together. And then, of course, we can do a whole bunch of different programming things. But the thing we're actually going to be doing with it today is we're going to turn it into a little puppy. We talked about that yesterday. Say we got two right half. Anyway, we're going to turn it into a puppy, and we're going to teach it to to basically follow me, which is going to be kind of fun. It uses a new version of Vex code called Vex IQ Blocks. I really like the software. It's made coding kind of fun for younger kids. It's made it pretty intuitive. It's very similar if you've done Scratch or Scratch Junior, or maybe you've done Codable, or maybe you've spent some time on Hour of Code with code.org. All of those things are really, really, really fun ways to do this. But what we're going to end up doing once we get this running is to get the code up and running. And we're going to I've got a couple new sensors here. I will break those over. You can see them in the corner of the screen. One of them is a button, and the other one is a distance sensor. That's an ultrasonic. One thing I like talking about when I talk about the ultrasonic sensors are that they work kind of like a dolphin. I love dolphins. They are pretty awesome creatures because they have something called echolocation. Now, echolocation basically works by bouncing sound off of things in order to know where you are. Well, we're going to do that with our ultrasonic distance ping sensor. Now, of course, if you've done things like Arduino and Raspberry Pi, well, you know that the same kind of sensor exists there too. And this is done. Okay, so I'm going to quickly power it on. And we're going to see that was, that was pretty fast. I feel like that was fast. Anyway, I'm just going to run it real quick and go, forward, backwards, right, left. Yeah, it works. Okay. That was good. Okay, so I've got this thing up and running, but before I go and move on, I want to take a break from robots. So if you did have to go over to yesterday's video and you did need to figure out how to build this in a little bit slow motion version, that's great. That's great. Yesterday. We'll hold for you. In the meantime, I've got a pencil. I've got a little card. I'm going to use this as a straight edge. That's all this is going to be. And I'm going to do a little 3D drawing project. And of course, I have a piece of paper. The one other thing I need are my scissors. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna need those. All right. Oh, and I see this. I love this guy. He's my. He's actually in honor of Elk Rapids Schools up here in northern Michigan. He's an elk, not a deer, elk, um, because they're the Elks, and they do some pretty awesome stuff with robotics, and they start their kids young, and I really like the programs they do. So I 3D printed this guy. Uh, anyway, okay, here we go. Drawing. I'm going to start with my paper, and I'm going to draw a circle. That's sort of more like an oval, maybe. So you can kind of see my circle. And then I'm going to put a dot underneath my circle. Now, I am going to end up erasing that dot under my circle. So, yeah. I'm now really lightly, I'm going to use my straight edge card. I should, there, where'd it go? Aha! Hi again, sorry, I forgot to put that back on. It was like a talking screen. I'm going to line up my card. I can actually see it better this way. There. And I'm going to lightly connect the outer edge of my circle to my dot. You can't see that at all. See, I lightly connect the outer edge of the circle to the dot, and then do the same thing on the other side. Now, I am going to end up erasing some stuff here, so don't do it too crazy. So now I've got a little ice cream cone. I'm ready for summertime. That'd be great. Go outside, sit at the ice cream shop. If you want to call it the ice cream shoppy, that'd be great. Have an ice cream cone. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Go with your friends, 30 or 40 people at a time. Hey, yeah, we're not doing that anytime soon. Oh, goodness. Okay, at the bottom, we got to kind of draw another little circle. Keep it kind of light, a little oval down at the bottom, and then another stripe. So you see how you got a little circle down at the bottom, and then you got another little stripe on there. You got a stripe. Okay, now I'm going to erase some stuff. I'm going to erase, right? This is my line. I'm going to erase everything below that. I'm going to go erase, 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 erase. Okay. How's it looking? How's it looking? Is it feeling okay? All right. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I'm also going to put a little circle inside my big circle. And now I get to start coloring. I'm going to color in the circle on the bottom, really sort of lightly, and then I get to do like my finger. Only if it's clean. Do not lick your finger if you haven't washed your hands. It's not. But then I'm going to smudge. Now, that's not an exact science, smudging. You just kind of do it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing up here with the top of my circle. Now, if you actually had 3 colors, that can actually kind of look pretty cool. And I'm gonna lick my finger again, and I'm gonna smudge. Now, I know my fingers are clean because, well, I'm the only one here, and nobody's been in my house for over a week. I wish I had a dinner party. We were talking about it yesterday, what it would take to have a actual a virtual telepresence dinner party. You know, I was thinking of my sister. She has 4 people in their family, and we have 5 in ours. And I was wondering, what would it take to have 9 people sitting around the table in 9 different place settings? I thought that'd be pretty cool. Then I started looking it up. And I was like, holy moly, virtual presence devices over $1,000. Are you kidding me? It's a robot on wheels with a video camera. That's ridiculous. Someone needs to fix that problem. Anyway, at this point, here's a close-up. Okay, so, and now I'm going to just, I'm going to color the inside of my hole a bit darker. You'll see why in just a moment. The inside of the hole goes a little bit darker. And I'm going to, of course, smudge it out to make it a little bit smoother. You know, if you had crayons, that'd be cool. And then I'm actually going to color the front edge. Notice I'm also changing the direction of my pencil lines. It kind of is going to give the appearance of different surfaces. Yeah, it's gonna kind of, yeah, it gives that cool appearance. That's where if you have three different colors and you were to color the side of your object a slightly different color, the top another color. Now I do have a lot of artists in my family. If you feel to weigh in on this, you know, Aunt Laurie, you're welcome to weigh in. Uncle Bill, absolutely. Aunt Jessie, well, I guess it's cousin Jessie. Weigh in on this. Have you done this? I'm sure you have. So we got some nice smudging here. All right, now we got to do something else that's kind of cool with this card. We got to make the appearance of lined paper. I mean, I don't know. We're really creating brain tricks here. I mean, it kind of works if you don't do this, but it works better if you do. So I'm just going to really quickly create some lines. Oh, I'm getting up to my smudgy bottom space, so I'm going to kind of go around it a little bit. You can kind of go through it, I guess. But when you get up to your actual object, make sure you go around it. Yeah, I'll show you this a little bit closer. And I'll do maybe one more. There, okay, you see, you got to kind of make sure you go around and not through that object. And lastly, we get to cut. So I'm going to go cut up one side. I'm cutting. I really just only want to see the lines. And I'm going to cut up the other side. And I'm going to say just cut, and I'm going to cut off the bottom. And then I'm going to, now this, if you're on the younger side, there. If you're on the younger side of the spectrum, we got to basically cut away the top of this. And this is a little bit tricky in using these scissors. So if you need to ask mom or dad or grandma, maybe your older brother is sitting at home with you, have them help you out as you do this. It can be a little bit on the trickier side. It's not too hard, but just don't cut off the top of your donut. And then you just go right around the top, right around the top. That's pretty good. And then we got all of this. Garbage. Now, uh-oh. I don't have a pause button. You're going to have to take my word for this. Change of plans. I forgot to bring my phone down here. I know. Maybe I can use my the tablet. Okay, let's see if I got a camera on this. You need a camera, so grab a phone with a camera. Well, if you're using, let's see if that works. Ooh, I got it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Anyway, now this by itself doesn't really look magical, but check out what happens if I put my little deer right up here on the top, like that. And then check this out. You got to get down low. What turn on location cancel? What? I don't even know what this is doing. Okay. Whew. Okay. There we go. Get down kind of nice and low, and then go click. And let me show you that picture. You're going to be like, what? Allow my location. Well, we know where I am. I'm up in northern Michigan. Okay, so I'm going to, sure, allow. Allow. There we go. Okay, ha ha ha. Okay, so, should probably turn that over. So check it out. The photograph looks like the deer standing on. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? I know. The deer's like floating in the air. Now you can try this with squares or triangles. You can use all sorts of fun shapes. And but it's about the optical illusion of it. I would call it movie magic. But there's actually folks out there who do this kind of stuff for a living, and they're what make movies so amazing. So go out and, well, I guess don't go see a movie because not many of us are going to the movie theaters right now. But you can make your own. Woo! All right, let's get back to programming. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. We were going to make this guy go forward. So I'm going to give you a new screen. Check it out. Poof! Just like that. All right, this is the Vex IQ code blocks. You can download it, search it on Google, Vex IQ. You can read it up in the top corner of the screen over there. Vex IQ code blocks. And the first thing you're gonna need is your micro USB cord. So we got to plug one end into a computer, and then we got to plug another end into the robot. Now, if you've never done any coding, it's really kind of fun. We're going to do a couple of quick programs. So we turn on the robot. I don't even need this because I'm not doing it. So I've turned on the robot. I'm going to also add a couple of standoffs, and I'm going to stick them right up here on the front. And I'm going to attach a bumper because, well, bumpers are fun. This is just a little push button. And I'm going to go ahead and add this thing into port number 4. Plugging it into 4. Now, how do you know when it's plugged in? How do you know when something's plugged in? Some people say, oh, you just push it in. And you'd be wrong because, I don't know, if you've ever been to a competitive robotics event and you'd be like, would you hear that? And all of a sudden you say, my motor's not working. And you know what us adults do often? Plug it in. There's a click. You should hear it. Anyway, let's get back to the coding screen. So I added a button. Let's go. Okay. Now, on this, where'd my mouse go? There it is. Okay. On this, the first thing we got to do is actually tell the computer what we've built. So I'm going to add a device. And right now I'm just going to do a drivetrain. A 2-motor. You see that 2-motor? Not a 4-motor. This thing only has 2 motors. Right? From yesterday you built it. Motor 1, motor 2. Okay. So we've got a 2-motor drivetrain, and it's going to ask you a couple of questions. Where's the left motor? And in this case, the left motor is plugged into 1, and then it says, where's the right motor? And that's plugged into number 6. And then it's going to say, is there a gyroscope? And you say, no, we didn't do that. And then you just hit done. Pretty exciting. Now, I also said that I added a bumper. So let's add another device, and we are going to come down here to a bumper, and we're going to say that that's plugged into bumper 4. And check it out. It actually named it right up here in the corner, bumper 4. You could, of course, change it. You can call it Bob or Rebecca or Sally, or whatever you want, or SpongeBob. But that'd be fine. Anyway, we can hit done. And at this point, our robot consists of a drivetrain and a bumper. Now, if you don't tell the computer this, it's not going to work. All right. So here we go in the actual code. I like using comments because that will help define what it is we want to be doing. So I went to the bottom of this list over on the side, and I found this gray block called comments. So I'm going to go ahead and click in there, and I'm going to say what my program's going to actually do. It's going to go forward. The whole thing's going to where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Go forward unless it crashes. Then back up and turn. I don't think I'm spelling this even close to correctly. And turn around. Forever. Forever. Okay, that's basically what this code is going to do. It's going to just go forward unless it crashes, and it'll know it's crashed because the bumper is going to get pressed, and then it'll back up and turn around, and it's going to do this forever. So I actually gave you the hint on this one. The first thing we have to do is find what's called a forever loop. Some people in other programs, it'll be called repeat, or it'll be do a while, or I don't know. So anyway, there it is. There's the repeat. Now, in this, where it says go forward unless it crashes, that's two cases. It's going to either be driving forward, happy, or it goes crash, 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 in which case then it'll back up and turn around. So that'd be case two. Drive forward or crash, crash. Now the crash, I like to think, is the important one, because then if we crash, that hurts. So we're going to actually deal with that one first. All right, well, there we go. Okay, so in order to create these two scenarios, we need to use something in coding that's really, really powerful called if else. Check it out. When I drag that block over, if then else, it created two little holes, two holes. Now, I'm going to go put some comments in those holes so we don't forget what we're doing. In the first hole, that's going to be the crashing hole. So this is going to be where the code is going to go if we're crashing, which means back up and turn around. Now the other block, other hole is going to be our basically just drive forward because life is good. So life is good, so drive forward. Now, if you're one of those coding nerds out there, maybe, if you're like actual professional programming, I'm so sorry. I'm just having too much fun with this. All right. I think the life is good, go forward, drive forward is the easy one. And look at the very, very top of this list over here, that list over there, is this thing called drive forward. So check it out. I can go, wah! And I am actually, because this is on a table, I do not want this going fast. So I'm going to tell it to set drive velocity slow. 20% speed ought to do it. Don't go fast on the table. Don't drive on the table. It's just not a good policy. It's not a good habit. Things fall off the table and then they crash and break. Now the other one, crashing, back up and turn around. Well, check it out. We can take the same drive forward, and I can just switch the word to reverse. And then I can do a turn right. Check it out. That's a powerful word right there. 90 degrees. What? 90 degrees. This is a great chance to say, Mom, Dad, hey, sis, what's a degree if you don't know? If you do know, awesome. But notice you can actually yeah, it's 90 degrees. It's like 90 degrees is this. All right, do it again. 90 degrees. It's like, it's called a right angle. Depending on when you start learning this, that can be kind of important stuff. But now in the code, we do have the most important thing. What actually goes in this box? What's going to cause it to drive reversed and then turn 90 degrees? The bumper. You go back and say, oh, drive forward. And if it crashes, well, how's it going to know if it crashed? The bumper is going to get pressed. So check it out. See that? Notice that's got a cool shape. That would be a hexagon, a six-sided object. Over here on this sidebar, one of those is actually called sensing. It's blue. Or you can, of course, scroll your mouse and get around to it. But one of these is, check it out right down here at the bottom. Bumper 4, remember that's what we named it? Bumper 4 is pressed. Our program's done. So then we come over here and we can just hit download. And it wants me to, of course, save it. I'm going to throw it on my desktop. And I'm going to say, okay, yes. Okay, are you ready? It's going to be super exciting. Here goes. Ready? I'm going to hit go. Oh, check it out. Oh. Now you might be saying, I don't see it backing up. So let's go check the code. I don't see it actually backing up. So we got to go. What's it? Oh, we said drive reverse, but we never actually said how far to drive. So let's see. I can actually get rid of that. We'll throw that away. And I'm going to put in a distance. I think we actually will want to drive reverse for 2 inches. And then we got to put our turn right back in there. And now I'm going to download this thing again. Here we go. Let's check it out. See if that fixed our problem. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Drive forward. Oh, it backed up and it turned. How sweet is that? All right, but I don't just want to do that. I want to use this. Remember, we started our conversation out saying dolphins, echo, echo, echo. Yeah, this is an echolocation. Those are not speakers. Do not put your fingers in there. That's a great way to mess them up. Don't put your fingers in the holes. It's not a boombox. No. It's actually going to be sending out an ultrasonic sound. Think of it like going tick, 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 but over 1,000 times per second. And every time it does that, it's going to listen for an echo, echo, echo. And it's going to tell how long it took that sound to go out and to bounce back. And it's going to know that, oh, that sound took, I don't know, a picosecond. And it's going to say, oh, because it took a picosecond, it must have bounced off of something that was 3 inches away. And somehow it knows this because that's why bats and whales are so cool. Their brains can do this. And I mean, I can't walk around in the dark and talk to the wall. But another fun way to think about it, this robot is going to hear the walls. What? It's not going to see the walls. It doesn't have eyes, but it can hear. So it's going to hear the walls. Yeah. Anyway, so to do this, all I'm going to do is actually pop off the bumper. And I'm going to put on the distance sensor. And, of course, you got to power cycle your robot. Okay, turn it back on. And then back in our coding world, we no longer have a bumper. So, whoop, wait, hold on. I'm in the wrong. There we go. Okay, we no longer have a bumper. So I'm going to delete this thing. Delete, delete. And we're going to add a distance sensor on port 4. And check it out. It's now called distance 4 and say done. So now we have our robot has a drivetrain and a distance sensor that we're plugged into on a 4. In the same way, you could have named it something else. Okay. I'm going to take this whole block of code and just whoop, throw it away. And of course, I'm going to change the name. This code is going to do something different now. It's going to go forward, go until it's close. But if it's too close, back up. So that's kind of cool. Basically, what we're going to have this robot do is say, okay, if this coffee cup, whoa, I don't want to crash into the coffee cup. It's going to go forward until it gets close, and then it's going to just stop. But if the coffee cup goes to here and gets too close, it'll back up. Too close, it'll back up. If you whoa, too far, it'll go forward. So that's what we're going to try to do here. All right, so in this, there's actually 3 things it's going to do. It's either going to be stopping because it's perfect. It's just the right distance. Or if it's too far away, it's going to go forward. Or if it's too close, it's going to back up. 3 things. So again, that's stop, go forward because, well, it's not close enough. Or, ooh, back up because it's it's too close. So we need to figure out how to create a 3-way switch in here. Okay, so here we go. The way this is going to roll, I can use this same if, then, else, but I'm going to put another one on the inside. So check it out. Isn't that cool? And now I'm going to actually use some comments. I'm going to put out what I think my 3 sections are going to be. This last one down here, this is just going to be stop. You're perfect. And I think I'm going to make this top one. This is going to be the too far away, go forward. And then this one in the middle is going to be too close, back up. Okay, so in the world, this last one, super simple. Way at the top of our list, there is check it out, stop driving. Exactly, you're perfect. Don't go anywhere. Then, of course, now for this too far away, if you're too far away, what do we want it to do? We want it to simply go forward. How crazy was that? And now, of course, if you're too close, what do we want it to do? Back up. But notice we don't really know how far is perfect. So the brain thinking is going to figure that out for us so that we don't. You're right. You caught it. Reverse. Okay, so, oh no, I'm too close or I'm too far away. That's the first thing. So I should drive forward. Oh no, I'm too close. So I should back up. And then, oh, I'm perfect. So I should just stop. Those are the 3 things. But then we got to go, well, how is the brain going to know? How is this thing going to know if it's too close or too far? And for those of you that are seeing it, all right, it can hear the walls. So we're now going to be talking about distance. So if it measures a distance that's too big or greater than, what do we think perfect is? I like the number 5. 5 inches. Okay, so we're going to call 5 inches perfect. So if we're like bigger than 6, because 6 is definitely bigger than 5. If we're bigger than 6, we're going to say that that's too far away, so it should basically go for it. So any distance, so if it's a 7 or an 8 or a 9, this distance right here is too big. Anything bigger than 6, we're going to say go forward. So let's do that. Okay, so the greater than, this is a cool operator. It's these green buttons, or you scroll down and eventually you find it. But we need a greater than. Now for those that are going, wait a second, greater than, that's math. And we said if it's bigger than 6. So what is it that's bigger than 6? What is it that's bigger than 6? Oh, the distance. Check it out. We can put this in there. The distance in inches. So we're going to take the distance sensor, measure it in inches, and if that number is greater than 6, we're too far away, so go forward, and we'll drive forward. do you think about that? All right, now the other side of it, we need a less than. Because see, on this other side, now if we're too close, if we're too close, or if the distance is less than, okay, 5 was perfect, so why don't we say 4? If the distance is less than 4, because 4 is clearly less than 5, it should back up, right? If the distance is too close, meaning we're going to say less than 4, because 4 is less than 5, you should back up. All right, so let's take a look. Here we go. We need a less than, and yes, that little alligator, somebody in math class will learn about that little symbol right there. That is a less than symbol. And we said if our distance is less than 4, just like that. And now we just need to measure, say, hey, robot, go and measure the distance. So let's walk through this code. So when the program starts, we're going to basically go forward unless it's close, but if it's too close, then it's going to back up. So let's check it out. If the distance is greater than 6, that means I'm too far away, I'm going to go forward. That makes sense. Okay. Then, or else, if the distance in inches is less than 4, ooh, that sounds too close, then drive in reverse. Okay. And then, of course, or else. See that else? Well, if it's not too close and not too far, it's kind of like Goldilocks. It's just right. Well, then just stop driving. One more thing I'm going to throw in here because, again, I'm on a table. I don't want this driving off the table. So right up here at the very, very tip top, I'm going to make it go nice and slow, setting my drive velocity to 10%. Download this thing. Here we go. This is it. Are you ready? I'm waiting. It's getting so close. It's thinking. It's saying, what are you doing? It's still thinking. Sometimes I guess we have to wait. I don't know what it's doing. So, mom and dad, this would be one of those cases when kids can get really frustrated because see how it's shaded out? What's shaded out? What am I looking at? I'm looking right up here at the corner. It's enough to kind of lose your mind a little bit because it's just not doing it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to close this for a moment. I'm going to unplug the robot for a moment. Good. I got an error message. So now I can hit that. Okay, so now I'm just going to plug in. Power cycling things will oftentimes fix just about anything. So you see that up at the top now my green came back and I got my download and I'm going to try to press it again, click it again. And that time it worked because it went dark. It went kind of shaded color and then it came back to white bright. So it's ready to go. Shall we watch this? All right, here we go. I'm putting my coffee cup out there. Oh gosh. Oh, man. Here goes. Oh, it's gonna... Oh, it stopped. Oh. Wait. Check it out. I have the Force, Luke. It's like magic. Wait. Now I'm gonna put my hand in there. Yeah. Oh no, my hand's too close. Oh, it's not an incredibly intelligent robot, but that's it. Have a robot puppy. Go out, have fun, do some great things, enjoy your time at home as much as you can, and I will see you right back here tomorrow. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.